This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Man dies allegedly in shootout with police in St. Andrew. A man was shot dead Monday morning, allegedly after he challenged members of a police team led by Commander of the St. Andrew North Division, Senior Superintendent Aaron Fletcher, in Macville Terrace, St. Andrew. The deceased has not yet been identified. About 11:40, SSP Fletcher and the team were on an anti-crime operation in the Malines Road area. The team entered the Macville Terrace, commonly called Aki Walk, and attempted to cut off the escape of fleeing suspects. It's reported that the police were confronted by gunmen, and this led to a shootout. When the gunfire subsided, the man was seen suffering from bullet wounds, reportedly with a firearm beside him. He was pronounced dead at hospital. Crowd left frustrated by long wait at the St. Joseph's vaccination site. Persons who turned up at the St. Joseph's Hospital in St. Andrew this morning for COVID-19 vaccination were left frustrated due to delays. Individuals arrived at the location from as early as 9 o'clock to get vaccinated. Despite a ticketing system being in place, persons complained about waiting for hours to get the jab. The disgruntled crowd also complained about the heat and the lack of seating as well as information from personnel. "It's been chaotic," said an elderly man who complained about a 4-hour wait. He said he and his wife were at the hospital to get their COVID vaccine booster shots. "It seems as if the booster people will be left out. We don't know when we will get," he added. There were claims that the delay at the site was due to a shortage of vaccines. "They are so disorganized," another person expressed, lamenting the process may turn off individuals. Hospital officials declined to speak to the news or grant access to the vaccination blitz site. Meanwhile, Errol Green, regional director of the Southeast Regional Health Authority, told the news this afternoon that the administration of vaccines started late at the hospital, resulting in a long wait for persons. He further said that he was not aware of any issue regarding the unavailability of vaccines at the hospital. "I got the complaint, and after checks were made, the response I received was that the person who carried the vaccines arrived late," he said. Construction worker shot dead while repairing car in Trelawny. The Trelawny police are probing the murder of a construction worker who was sprayed with gunshots by unknown assailants on Friday night. The deceased has been identified as 37-year-old Kevin Price of Warsop, Trelawny. According to the Corporate Communications Unit, the information arm of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, about 8:55 p.m., Price was conducting repairs to his motor car along the Dutch Hill Main Road in Trelawny when he was pounced upon by gunmen. The assailants fired gunshots hitting him. Residents called the police, who upon their arrival found Price suffering from gunshot wounds to the upper parts of his body. He was assisted to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. No motive has so far been established for the shooting. Western Regional Health Authority concerned about Omicron variant. The clinical coordinator for the Western Regional Health Authority, Dr. Delroy Free, says the first death from the Omicron variant is cause for concern. However, Dr. Free has urged Jamaicans to keep calm. "What you have to look at is the detail of the death. Even before COVID-19, people were hospitalized and died from the complication of viruses. I would be prepared to watch some more and continue in our preparatory mode," he said. Speaking today on the morning agenda on Power 106, Dr. Free said he was hopeful that the Omicron variant of COVID-19 will not have as devastating an impact on the Jamaican population as the Delta strain. Dr. Free is appealing to Jamaicans to follow the protocols and get their vaccine and the booster shots to minimize the risk of a surge in cases of the virus after the holidays. "And I am going to ask them. They have been doing a wonderful job. All I can do is pray that this Omicron virus won't be as bad as the Delta strain. It appears as though hospital admissions won't be many. However, Medical Association of Jamaica President Dr. Brian James is not as optimistic and has predicted that the Omicron variant effect is likely to be much worse in Jamaica. Dr. James says Jamaica's best defense is to rapidly boost the vaccination numbers, and Dr. Free added that the Western Regional Health Authority has not been attracting the numbers of recruits it had been anticipating ahead of the expected fourth wave of the coronavirus. Regional health authorities have been authorized to hire health care workers to fill gaps. Skeleton remains found in burnt-out car in St. James. The police in St. James are reporting that human remains have been found in a burnt-out Nissan AD wagon motor car in Torrado Heights, Coral Gardens. The discovery was made about 7:30 a.m. on Sunday by residents who called the police. The police say the scene was processed and the remains removed to the morgue for storage and a post-mortem. An investigation is ongoing. $20 million support program for craft traders. Minister of Tourism Edmund Bartlett says $20 million has been allocated to assist some 651 craft traders who have been impacted by the pandemic under a special winter tourist season capacity building support program. The initiative, being spearheaded by the Tourism Enhancement Fund, will benefit licensed and coronavirus-compliant craft traders across the island. Bartlett said that support will better position them to meet the anticipated increased demand during the winter tourist season, which begins December 15. Our craft traders play a very critical role in the tourism value chain. Therefore, as the tourism industry is rebounding, with data indicating that we will have an influx of visitors from our key markets such as North America and Europe, following our recent major marketing blitz, we want to ensure that they are fully prepared to reap the benefits, he said. We understand that the industry has been relatively inactive for most of the year due to COVID-19 restrictions. Therefore, we know that these funds will go a long way in helping them to get back on their feet, he added. Bartlett was addressing a stakeholders' breakfast meeting at Misty's Kitchen in Ocheria, St. Anne on December 9. He informed that representatives of the Port Authority of Jamaica, Tourism Product Development Company, Jamaica Vacations Limited, and other tourism entities met recently to review the dispatch system at cruise ports to ensure that COVID-19 compliant and TPDCA certified craft markets across the resort areas are able to get more traffic from cruise visitors. I know that everybody deserves a piece of the action. However, as we all know, the guests will not go to places where persons are not vaccinated. The ships want to come, we can do very well. We have to go out there and get vaccinated to bring the business here to Jamaica, he noted. Bartlett said data from the Jamaica Tourist Board indicates that since August 2021, Jamaica has welcomed 16,237 cruise ship passengers from 10 different cruise lines. He noted that the rebound of cruise has significantly impacted the craft industry, with trips to market being included in the cruise itineraries. Just recently, we had 3 buses filled with cruise visitors at the Ocheria's Craft Market, 6 buses at the Pineapple Craft Market, and 5 buses to the Old Market from the Emerald Princess cruise ship. So we know that there will continue to be a steady inflow of customers for the craft vendors, with the cruise returning to all major ports across the island, Bartlett said. Clarendon man charged over fatal dispute. The police have charged a man for the death of 24-year-old Devin Somerset, who died after being hit with a stone during a fight. Swain Garnett, 29, who is of Blackwood District, Clarendon, was charged with murder on Sunday. The police report that on Thursday, October 7, Garnett and Somerset allegedly had a dispute along Spanish Town Road, during which the accused used a stone to hit the deceased on the head before fleeing. Somerset's body was found the following day. Investigations led detectives to Clarendon on Tuesday, December 7, and Garnett was apprehended. He was charged after he gave a caution statement to the police. His court date is being finalized. 37 new COVID-19 cases, 3 more deaths. 3 more COVID-19 deaths have been recorded in Jamaica, increasing the tally to 2,428. The deceased are a 71-year-old man, a 78-year-old woman, and a 71-year-old woman, all from Kingston and St. Andrew. The Ministry of Health says the deaths occurred between December 10 and 12. Meanwhile, there were 37 new cases, with ages ranging from 3 months to 88 years, pushing the total to 91,802. Of the new cases, 18 are women and 19 are men. The parish breakdown is as follows: St. James 8, St. Anne 8, St. Catherine 5, Westmoreland 4, Kingston and St. Andrew 3, St. Thomas 2, St. Mary 2, Clarendon 1, St. Elizabeth 1, Trelawny 1, Hanover 1, Portland 1, and Manchester recorded no new cases. A total of 526 tests were conducted. The country's positivity rate stands at 7.5%. In the meantime, there were 40 more recoveries, increasing the total to 63,491. Some 98 persons are in hospital, with 21 being moderately ill, 21 severely ill, and 6 critically ill, and 16,333 persons are at home in quarantine. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.